Welcome back to the Design for Success podcast. This series is all about giving interior designers quick, actionable insights you can listen to while you work. Think of it as practical strategies and tools that you can apply straight into your projects and business. No fluff, real takeaways you can use today. And if you want to keep up, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube or follow along on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'm releasing 1 to 2 new episodes every week. So this is the easiest way to stay up to date and if you want to keep ahead of the curve as an interior designer. Today, I wanted to dive into a paper that you'll see up here that OpenAI just published called Staying Ahead in the Age of AI. It's a leadership guide, and while it's written for big corporations, the lessons are just as urgent for interior designers running their own businesses. The numbers are staggering. Since 2022, frontier scale models releases have grown more than 5 times, and the cost of running the GPT-5 class models, which is an old model, has fallen nearly 280% in just 18 months. So it's becoming a lot cheaper to run models. And AI adoption is happening 4 times faster than desktop internet. Early adopters are already growing revenue 1.5 times faster than their peers. But here's the challenge. Tools are moving so fast that if you anchor your whole workflow to one tool, it can be outdated by the time you finish learning it. That's why inside my Design for Success circle, I'm not teaching tools, I'm teaching transferable skills. So prompting, editing, and directing AI, these skills will work no matter what platform comes next. So why does this matter? OpenAI frames AI not just as a tool, but as a new operating system for business. For us designers, that means it's not just about generating a pretty picture. It's about rethinking how we win projects, communicate with clients, and deliver our work. So let's unpack their 5 pillars: align, activate, amplify, accelerate, and govern. And I'll show you how each one maps to your interior design practice. So let's start with align. And this is where we start with purpose. The report says that employees adopt faster when they know why. For designers, alignment starts with telling a story. Why are we using AI? Not because it's trendy, but because it helps clients make fast decisions. It protects our margins and it frees us to focus on creativity. You can set a clear adoption goal, even in a small studio. For example, you could have every client review includes one AI-assisted visual option. The next pillar is activate, where we build skills and champions. So nearly half of all employees feel underprepared for AI. In design firms, this is the equivalent of a junior designer terrified of getting mid-journey prompts wrong. The solution is train by doing it. You can run a weekly AI hour to test mood boards, finishes, site note summaries, and even keep up with the latest tools. And let me tell you, these will change weekly. You could turn site notes into texts and rotate an AI champion. So one team member shares a new prompt each week or a strategy that they use to improve their AI use. The next pillar is amplify. We need to share the wins and stop silos. OpenAI urges companies to stop solving the same problem in isolation. In design, that means don't let each designer reinvent their prompts. Your action here would be create a shared prompt library. This would probably be in something like Notion, where you collect swatches, room resize, client deck templates. You need to review them regularly, monthly even, and celebrate the small wins, not just portfolio shots. The next pillar is accelerate. This is where we speed up decisions to keep with AI. So we need to move from pilot to production. So too many studios play with AI, but never build it into a core process. OpenAI says the winners have a clear intake process and unblock access quickly. So the action would be create a simple intake. What's the idea? What's the value? What's the risk? So maybe it's live material swap in a client meeting. So you need to test it and then make it standard practice if it works. And the final pillar is govern. This is how to run lightweight guidelines and maintain responsible AI use. The guide reminds us moving fast doesn't mean ignoring risk. In design, risks include misrepresenting a product, copyright issues, or client trust. So the action step here is to write a one-page AI use policy. Be transparent. Tell clients which visuals are AI assisted and use SynthID or detections tools to keep yourself honest. That's not a weakness. It builds trust. So here's a few pro tips. AI images are not always perfect. And if you're not getting the result you want, that's not failure. It's feedback. Tweak your prompt. Ask ChatGPT to refine it and keep experimenting. The ability to improve results is more important than the first output that you get. And don't forget, the landscape is changing daily. Build the skill set, not loyalty to a single app. That's how you'll stay ahead. So here's the takeaway. AI isn't just another tool. It's a new way of working. Pick one of these pillars and take steps this month. Momentum compounds fast. OpenAI's 5 pillars: align, activate, amplify, accelerate, govern can guide you to build a practice that's faster, more resilient, and more client-focused. I'll leave a link to the original paper in the notes. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That way, you'll get every new episode. I'm posting 1 or 2 each week, and each one is designed to give you something actionable you can try right away. And for those of you who want to go deeper, you'll find all my prompts, tests, and workflow inside the Design for Success Circle. It's completely free, and I'm including a dedicated page for all the podcast resources that I refer to that you can take a look at. That's where you'll take these ideas and adapt them to your own design business. It's a completely free community, and you'll find a link in the description. Keep listening and implement fast. See you in the next episode.